So this is the third video for activity 5.1. In the previous two videos, we found the domain and the vertical intercept for four functions, right? The first exercise, we found the domain, and then we found the vertical intercept. And we used these four functions, and we continue to work with these four functions. Now we're going to try and find the horizontal intercept. So this is the bottom of page 402. So let's start with this first function. We're going to find the horizontal intercept by substituting 0 for the output, or y in this case, and solving for the input, x. So I'm going to work this problem on separate paper. Okay, so again, we're going to substitute the value 0 for the output, and we're going to solve for the input. So if I replaced my y with 0, I can actually write 0 as 0 over 1. Because to solve this equation for x, we need to cross multiply. So sometimes it helps to think of this 0 as 0 over 1. So when we cross multiply, we're going to have 0 times x minus 4 and 1 times a quantity 2x plus 12. So when I cross multiply, I'll have something that looks like this. And we can distribute the 0. So we're going to end up with 0 on the left side and 2x plus 12 on the right side of the equal sign. So here's my 0 and the 2x plus 12. And if I were to subtract 2x from both sides and divide by -2, my final answer would be x equals -6. So as an ordered pair, the horizontal intercept would be -6, 0. Okay, so if I were to give you a function that looked like this and I asked for the horizontal intercept, your final answer would be -6, 0. Let's take a look at the next function, right? So we have 1 over x squared plus 7x plus 12. And again, I want to substitute in 0 for the output and solve for the input. That looks like this. And again, since I know we're going to cross multiply to solve for x, I write the 0 over 1, and then I begin to cross multiply. And this is an interesting case. Because when I multiply 0 times this x squared plus 7x plus 12, I end up with 0, and 1 times 1 is 1. So here's an odd statement here, 0 equals 1. Well, that's a contradiction, right? We know 0 does not equal 1. So there's no solution here in terms of a horizontal intercept. So we can just say there is no horizontal intercept. So again, we can simply say the horizontal intercept does not exist. So let's look at the next two problems. We have this x squared minus 8x plus 12 over x cubed minus x. And again, we're trying to find the horizontal intercept. And again, we're going to substitute the value 0 for our output, and we're going to solve for our input. So again, I know I'm going to cross multiply, so I'd like to write 0 over 1. And then I cross multiply, so it looks like I'm going to have 0 on the left side and 1 times x squared minus 8x plus 12 on the right side, right, which would look like something like this, right, after we complete the cross multiplication. And then you'll notice I factored, right? We learned how to factor in chapter 4. X squared minus 8x plus 12, we can factor this trinomial into x minus 2x minus 6. Right, again, -2 times -6 is positive 12, and -2 plus -6 is -8. So I know we did this correctly. So the values that would make this statement true would be x equals positive 2 and x equals positive 6. Right, because if I enter a 2 here, this whole thing becomes 0 equals 0. That's good. And if I enter a 6 for x here, we have 6 minus 6 is 0, which would also give me 0 equals 0. So it looks like we have two ordered pairs, 2, 0, and 6, 0. The last problem, we had f of x equals x squared divided by 5. Once again, we substitute in 0 for y, we solve for x. I write 0 over 1 equals x squared over 5. and then we're going to cross multiply. So we would have 0 times 5 equals 1 times x squared. So after we cross multiply, we end up with 0 equals x squared. So the only value of x that could make this statement true would be 0, right? If we square 0, we have 0. So our ordered pair would be 0, 0. So summary of our work, we were tasked with substituting in 0 for y and solving for x. And for the first problem, our horizontal intercept as an ordered pair was negative 6, 0. Our second problem we had there was no horizontal intercept. Our third problem, we had a horizontal intercept at 6, 0 and 2, 0. And last problem, the horizontal intercept was 0, 0. Thank you for watching.